Hello to my Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, Cancers, let's get into it. All right, so Cancers, we are still in a new moon phase. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates. What resonates with you. I've already prayed over your cards. So let's kind of walk it back a little bit. So we started out with a new moon in Cancer, right? Cancer is ruled by the moon. So when Cancer is ruled by the moon, it makes it extra sensitive for everybody, especially for my Cancers. And so since you all are the mother of the zodiac and also the moon's the money sign of the zodiac, not because you all attract more money than any other zodiac signs, really because you all are frugal. You're not just going out and being, frivolously spending money on just any old thing, right? You all know how to find the bargains. You know how to be in your crab shell. You know how to come out when you feel like it's safe for you to come out. You know how a crab moves. Those antennas feel like when it feels safe to come out of the crab shell, right? Not that you're paranoid or scared of anything. You just learn from being here, being there, like how a crab moves. It feels safe to come out of your crab shell, right? So you make your home a space where it just feels very safe for you. But when the moon moves into Leo, like when you watch this video, the moon would have moved into Leo. You also know that when you come out of the house, it's for good reason, right? And so you make the best of when you come out of the house. You're not just, you come out of the house for a good reason, right? You also know that your vulnerability is your strength. So you're not just coming out of the house for just any old thing. So you make it count when you come out of the house. You got it together when you come out of the house. You're not just coming out of the house looking like any old thing coming out of the house. So let's get into your reading. But while you're in your crab shell, you're also processing your emotions and just remembering the spaces where you've been, where you felt most safe and most nurtured. So let's say, for instance, the last time you were at a friend's house and you felt like, okay, when I was at my friend's house around certain people, I felt most nurtured and most safe. So I felt, okay, I can go back around those people because I felt nurtured and safe around those people. But then you remember when so-and-so entered the mix, I didn't feel safe around those people. So that's something you're processing when you go back into your crab shell. All right. It can be a particular color that triggers an emotion for somebody. It can be a particular smell. That's the beauty of you going back into your crab shell, processing your emotions, right? Let's get into it. I have questions for you, as we normally do. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. All right, let's get into it. First card out of the deck is the Devil card. So Devil is in the details, like paying attention to some things. We have the Eight of Cups. We also have the Page of Cups. We also have the Two of Cups. We also have the Page of Cups. So we have the Devil card first, right? So something tricky. Here we also have the Eight of Cups here. We also have the Page of Cups here. So you got some good news coming across your path. We also have the Two of Cups here. We also have the Queen of Cups here. And then we also have the Ten of Cups here. So when we talk about cups here, some kind of emotional tie needs to be cut, right? Because it can be tricky. So when we see the Devil card in the Major Arcana, you want to make sure you're not picking up on other people's emotions, their fear, their anxiety, right? So the Devil card is very, very crafty. So when we talk about fire, we're talking about motivation, we're talking about clarity, we're talking about like you want clear water. So you want to make sure you are not in because you're waiting on some good news coming through, right? And you want to make sure with the good news coming through, some kind of soulmate energy is coming through. You don't want to be in some kind of paranoia. Soulmate is not just romantic. Soulmate could be just a platonic friend coming through where you're just like, oh my God, okay, I don't know who I can trust. I saw the Devil card pop out. I'm not really sure. So you don't want to live in the space where, when we talk about Ten of Cups here, Ten of Cups is all about alignment, right? You don't want to transfer fear, doubt, anxiety on relationships where people are like, okay, what is that? What kind of spirit is that? This energy is just like, paranoid, about everything. Like what's going on, right? So Ten of Cups energy is divine love, is blissful relationships, is harmony, is alignment, right? So again, When we talk about the devil card, we're talking about lustful relationships. We're talking about enslaved to some kind of obsession, lust, restrictions. Again, you're tossing fear, doubt, uncertainty, whatever in the burning bowl. Queen of Cups is really just about, like I said, pouring into your cup, making sure you know what your moon sign is. We know that the moon has an affinity with water, and you want to make sure you know what your moon sign is. You want to make sure you're listening to, you're doing things for yourself where you're not operating in fear, you're not operating in doubt. That's your norm. Somebody loves being in the house. Somebody loves, coming out when you feel like it's a safe space. So if you're not a person that's always kind of out on the scene, always here, always there, then don't be that person. Just because love is coming across or people inviting you stuff, like I said, just inviting you places. You don't always let people know you kind of a homebody. Don't just go out because people are inviting you out. Just let people know I'm just kind of a homebody, and just like your home is your sanctuary. And so that place until you warm up, until you feel more comfortable, with kind of sort of coming out, So I feel like somebody has been around a lot of mirroring spirits, around like a lot of energy vampires who have been very draining for you. And I felt like because people invite you to stuff, you come out just because people invite you to things, because people just feel like, okay, you're like, okay, let me come out of my shell. You hear that saying, right? Let me just come out of my shell a little bit. Maybe if I come out of my shell, let people get to know me a little bit more, that kind of stuff. Not necessarily as a Cancer. If here we have the Four of Swords right here. Source is saying, get your rest. Don't overthink this. Don't overthink it. You're a Cancer. You all are a sweetheart. Set very firm boundaries, enforce those boundaries. There's definitely going to be some people who, like I said before, you don't want to be in a situation where people almost kind of you don't want to start out something where you're always out all the time, where just because you're trying to create something, right? Remember, water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it. So there could always be something that's always going on creatively. There's always, depending on where you live, there's always something that's going on. There could always be something going on depending on where you live. But you're creating very firm boundaries and just letting everybody know that you're pretty much a homebody, that you're not always out. You're not always out. And you like to protect your energy. So you're definitely getting some rest. Here we have the Four of Cups here. So I see you kind of sort of moving forward in a soulmate situation and childlike faith, right? Here we also have the Nine of Cups. I'm seeing your wishes are being fulfilled. So if somebody establishing something from the very beginning, I don't see where there's a problem with that. Definitely seeing where there's a problem with that. Here we have the Queen of Cups here. Yeah. And I feel like if you establish something up front, and just letting people know, that, just in a very compassionate way, you're being compassionate with them, from the very beginning. Here we have the Ten of Cups. If it's being established, then people will also understand that, versus if you start out something very early on where you're always out and about, and then all of a sudden you go into some crab shell, then people are like, well, wait a minute, how come something don't seem right? What's going on here? What did something I say or do something? Here we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, because what I'm seeing, that it can create some kind of an environment where people are just like, okay, you seem like you were happy, charismatic, and free in the beginning, and then like what happened? It just kind of sort of something just kind of sort of fizzled out. Something can fizzle out very, very early. If you seem like, all of a sudden. So something I do see, some energies wanting to invite you out and just kind of sort of create some kind of a relationship with you and just kind of sort of get to know you a little bit better. And kind of sort of introduce you to other circles and be around other energies, and so establish it right off the top. Establish it right in the beginning. Just establish it right off. I mean, especially if you're a person who just kind of You know, like I said, you're a person who has reverse, Queen of Wands reverse is just more of like a, you know, introverted. You know, that's Queen of Wands reverse. You let people know that you're more introverted. You know, you respect yourself, you know, self-confidence, you know, the sense of self, you know, those kind of things, right? So just let people know that you're introverted, right? Because it's a fresh start for somebody, you know, just kind of some fresh water, and just let people know you're introverted. People will respect that more so than all of a sudden, you know, like I said, you just, you know, jump out in the deep end first, and then all of a sudden you feel like, okay, bloop bloop bloop, you can't swim. Like what you jump in the deep end for if you can't swim, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you all. So fresh new start for somebody, because what I'm seeing here is that there's some energies from your past have already demonized you in a sense, right? There's already some people who already kind of sort of spread some, you know, when we talk about the world card, like some energies from your past have already demonized you sexually, demonized you emotionally, like your mental health, that kind of stuff. I've already put some words out there about you, you know, kind of sort of spread some rumors and that kind of stuff about you out there. So source is saying to you, you know, in a particular community has already been spread out there. Just let people know, you know, people don't know you. You know, people don't really know you. People put stuff out there about people. So you're establishing something. You know, you are establishing some things and letting people know you're more of a homebody. You're kind of like a person who stays in the house, you know, whatever. And so, and you are the person who, and people are going to choose to believe what they want to believe. Here we have the Tower card here. So yeah, like I said, somebody was dealing with a very, very immature ex that put some information out there about somebody's water. That's your intuition. So somebody put some information out there about your mental health. Somebody put some information about your sexuality, your sensuality. Somebody put some information about your what would be a unhealthy and a sacred and a sacral chakra would be like a codependency, like basically you're codependent or trauma bonding and all this. So they just like the negative side of sacral chakra instead of the highlight, because they don't really know you, right? People just not giving you an opportunity. You know, basically somebody didn't get a chance to know you. They jump to conclusions. They put all this. It's almost like a person who's basically saying, if I can't have cancer, I'm gonna put some dirt out there on cancer. Make sure nobody wants cancer. I'm gonna ruin it for cancer. So source is saying, you know, all kinds of stuff. So, but the tower is falling on them because actually, somebody is so manipulative. Nobody believes them. So source is actually giving you a fresh start. So whoever this is. So even if you work with somebody, it may not even be sexually. It could be for somebody. It could be just like your mental health. People say you crazy, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, trying to demonize you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Try to spread the word around and all of this. But like I said, something has been fulfilled. You're not even operating in fear. Like I said, you're divinely protected. Divinely protected. You just let people know you're an introvert, and you're using wisdom. You're using wisdom. So somebody is learning how to toss fear into a burning bowl, and other people are actually, believe it or not, with your water, your intuition, other people are actually speaking up on your behalf. There's a lot of people that are saying, you know, they're actually introvert. The people are starting to say they're actually introvert. Like they're not, people are actually speaking up on your behalf. You'd be surprised at actually people who are, that's why the tower is falling down on people, because people are actually speaking up on your behalf, Cancer. People are saying, no, actually they're introvert. Like y'all got them wrong. They're like, oh no, they not. You don't know them like I know them. So this could be somebody's ex. It could be somebody you work with. It could be a whole lot of people. They're like, no, actually they're introvert. So like I say, you got some good news coming across your path. There's some people from your past that's so obsessed with you it don't even make any sense. When they didn't even check, whoever this was didn't even get a chance to get to know you. Didn't even take the time to get to know you. They just went right into somebody was dealing with somebody who was very immature, very impulsive, God complex, whoever this was. Like this what we call a karmic tie. This would have been a very karmic tie that was broken, right? So source is saying in the future, just use wisdom, because when you're dealing with these types of energies, soon as you move on from them and you toss that into a burning bowl, They go right into a fit of rage. Here we have the Four of Cups here. Yeah, here we have, and yeah, say they sitting somewhere now that you moved on to something new, you getting a fresh start. They sitting somewhere making it all about them, lamenting, mad, and like I said, and enraged. And sources saying, and they ruthless. They going in, right? So sources saying just stay away from them because the tower fall that fell on them. They hot to the So here we have, and some kind of a partnership is coming across your path. So in other words, whatever they were trying to stop, they weren't able to stop or block anything. Like I said, you're divinely protected. Some kind of upheaval is going on. They sitting around mad. They lamenting. Your wishes are being fulfilled. Some kind of a new partnership is coming across your path in terms of love. You are somebody's wish fulfilled. They are your wish being fulfilled. And this could be like in a just so somebody know, even if we're not talking about a romantic situation, this could literally be like for somebody in a work situation. Like, you could have had a manager or somebody who was just like, what they call it? This lady I used to work with, she used to call it hell on wheels. I thought that was so funny. They used to tickle me. She would say, so they like, but she would be talking about her like her one of her grandkids. She's like, my grandbaby is hell on wheels. Which I thought was hilarious, but that's what she was saying in like a term of endearment. But this is what what I'm describing. The spirit that I'm describing here is somebody who is like literally is like a person who, when they don't get their way, they would be like a person who would be throwing a full-on tantrum is what I'm describing here in your cards here. Like somebody, they don't get their way, they sitting around with their arms folded, lips poked out, on a rampage, when really you're an introvert. So all the lies and stuff that they spread about you, none of that stuff worked because they just spread all these kind of lies about somebody's lifestyle, got all these people, posted up looking at you, watching everything, and people are like, that's not what we seeing. Like, you got us over here looking at stuff, we're not looking, that's not who they are. Like, what are you talking about? Somebody already reported something back that you're an introvert. I don't know who that's for. I don't know who is Cancer. I don't know who. You don't have to drop any comments below, but y'all know somebody know they got an ex or somebody ex-friend, somebody used to work for, spreading all kinds of, man or woman of the night kind of, y'all know what I'm saying, kind of conversations about somebody. And they just ruthless. They saying all kinds of stuff because they want the tower to fall on you. To see something is fulfilled. It's already closed out. Somebody has been demonizing you, and some kind of a new partnership is coming across your path, right? And here's a judgment card. Yeah. Judgment and Tower card. Like somebody was saying. So the judgment card is Pluto. Pluto is the power transformation card, some kind of a metamorphosis, some kind of rebirth card here. But it's also connecting to obsession. When I say somebody's obsessed with you, that's an understatement. Somebody is absolutely obsessed with you. If somebody is obsessed, obsessed with you. And it's two energies. It's two energies that's absolutely obsessed with you. Yep. Both of them were wearing masks. I knew it was two of them because at first I was saying it's one, but no, it's actually two. Two energies that are obsessed with you from your past. Smiling in your face, talking about you behind your back, running. They was running all kind. They were working together, talking negatively about you, and they ruthless though. Here we had the Hanged One. Yep. So source is saying, when you start to pay attention and you start feeling your water you start getting anxiety or whatever. Here we have the King of Wands, and they sit there and just watch everything. And one of them in particular, like literally just watches it, just sits and just watches day and night, watches everything. It's like watch everything. Watch how you inspire, how you motivate people. Here we have it. You got a sea of opportunities coming your way. Here we have the Three of Wands. You got tons. You taking a leap of faith. You got a sea of opportunities coming your way. And so I see you being booked and busy and not burdened at all. But something is complete. Here we have the Knight of Cups. You just learn how to save yourself. You learn how to get away from those types of energies. And so, like I said, somebody has. So while you're here, we have the Five of Cups. You can just put a manhole cover over the past. So while somebody's waiting on something, you can just put a manhole cover over the past. Because your wishes are continuing to be fulfilled. Continuing to be fulfilled. So this is 4. Hold on. 4, 5 is 9. Yep. 8, Ace. So that's 10. Yeah. So like I said, your wishes are being fulfilled. Like Source is just continuing to just fulfill your wishes across the board. Just continuing to fulfill. And so you got just a sea of opportunities coming across your path. Adjust your crown. Here we also have the Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles here. You have at least 8 streams of income coming across your path and financial independence. So it's nothing that you need from these spirits at all. Like I said, somebody was in some kind of a demonic tie. You're not looking for their acceptance and their approval. And so some kind of an approval is coming across your path. Here we have the King of Pentacles right here. So yeah, somebody was into something, some kind of stuff. Because this obsession is not, this is an obsession. This is not normal. This is not like, okay, you went your way and somebody's just like, okay, forget them. Let me go ahead and find somebody better or, whatever. Somebody was just like obsessed. Like this was like, went into some kind of a rage. So Source is saying, just get some rest because the Tower has already fallen on some energy and Judgment is coming down on some energies. So you're protected. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, some people are sitting at home watching every little thing, everything. And somebody's just saying, no, they're actually really an introvert. Somebody's saying, no, they're actually an introvert. So, yeah. So it's just saying, hang in there with yourself. Hang in there with yourself. I don't know who they were dealing with in the past, but you're not like whoever they was dealing with in the past. I can tell you that looking at your cards here. But you having on some people's minds, and a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. You're highly creative. There's a lot of energies that are drawn to they're drawn to how you create your creativity, and a lot of mirroring spirits are drawn to you. Like I said, a lot of energy vampires, a lot of thirsty spirits are drawn to your energy. And so a lot of energies where they, just like I said, spread a whole bunch of stuff, hoping that people would hate you. And so it's time to do a heart chakra cleanse, but it's time to close out the cycle in love and move on in peace and in silence. Somebody has not been completely honest. Somebody's ex was on some kind of an assignment. But you're healing from the pain that some people cause. Yeah. They secretly have a crush on you. Let's see. You made a positive impact on some people. You have the gift of cognizance. Yeah, but somebody's demon is a demon of Lucifer. That's a demon of pride. But if you ask Source for clarity, but step through the portal. Your ancestors have a message. Yep, somebody regrets lying to you. Whoever it is, somebody regrets lying to you. Yep, so you have the gift of clairvoyance. You see things a lot clearer now. I see you being booked and busy and not bitter and burdened, but it's time to hear your wounded warrior. That's your wounded healer, but it's time to let go and let God and do the mirror work. Love on yourself more. Your next love interest will make you happier. But your enemy's plan backfire, so be patient. The answers are coming. You were dealing with an incubus spirit. Yep. You are who they prayed for. Trust your first mind. The plan to disrupt your money backfired. So heal people just move differently. Yeah. So, yeah. Things are, like I said, make sure you're doing a deep spiritual cleanse when I look at here, and just do a cord cutting ceremony when I'm looking here, because it's like you are who somebody prayed for, and this is really where the obsession comes from. A lot of times people don't see their blessings right in their face, and they mistreat their blessings. And then when their blessings are like, okay, you're not gonna mistreat me. Like, you're not gonna just mistreat me. Like, somebody pray for you as a colleague. I would say coworker. They pray for you as an employee, or they pray for you as a best friend. And then the movie Single White Female or Single Black Female keeps coming across my path. Like, people pray for you to be that person that they pray to. Like, I wish I had a best friend or soulmate like this. And as soon as you come across their path, they don't even know how to treat you, mistreat you, put you in wilderness situations and survival mode and that stuff. And then you move on, all of a sudden you're the worst person in the world. So Source is saying, yeah, but this time somebody dealt with a very demonic spirit, like so when you start looking back at when you start paying attention and going back to, like, in your mind. So I talk about listening to water sounds. When you start going back through your memory bank and start paying attention. Yep, there it is. Somebody was dealing with some phase. Yep. Not everything as it may seem. Be cautious, dear one, for there's a story beneath every tale. Yep. Somebody was definitely dealing with some spirits. Yeah, they watch everything. Mirroring spirits. They could be all around you. They were definitely trying to mimic every little thing that you do. So if you start noticing people around you trying to dress like you, look like you, watching every little thing that you do, they shape shifting and all kinds of stuff. Those energies are very real. A lot of times people think they just in the fairy tales, but like I said, fairy tale, like Tinkerbell is a fae. Those types of spirits are very, very real. But somebody from your past who prayed for you, and really, really wanted somebody like you, did not know how to treat you. And so when you moved on from something, they became enraged and they watch every little thing that you do. So Source is saying judgment is coming down on some energies. That's why you see the Tower card right here. The Tower is coming down. The Tower is coming down on some energies. The Tower is coming down on some. Let me see. Oh, here's the other cards. Tower is coming down on some energies. Yeah. Trying to mimic every little thing that you do. Mimicking everything that you do. Yeah. Taking pictures of you. Watching every little thing that you do online. We have the Ten of Wands. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. Here we have the Four of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Yeah. Ten of Wands here. Yeah, something is complete. Yeah, something is complete. Let me see what else we got here. Yeah, something is complete. Hold on. But yeah, Source is keeping you away from some energies. Yeah, something is complete. We got the Knight of Wands here. 7, 3 is 10. Two things in particular are complete. I definitely feel like maybe the Seven of Pentacles here is harvest time for you, right? Harvest time. You're not looking for people's acceptance and looking for their approval. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles here. And so you have multiple streams of income, like I said, coming across your path here. We have 8. It's you and somebody. We have the Four of Wands. You're going to feel like, it's not your duty and responsibility. I see you celebrating something. Just like it's not your duty and responsibility to carry other people's burdens on your shoulders. It's got this right here, carry their insecurities, their burdens on your shoulders. Whatever demons they're battling or fighting or whatever. Here we also have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. When I look at your cards here, there was a lot of trash talking with people, basically like they found you, like you were homeless. And I mean, they were just, people was talking all kinds of mess about you. I don't know. They were saying all kinds of stuff. They found you under a bridge. Or if you can look this, you didn't have anything when they found you, and if it wasn't for them, they say like it made you or something that which is not true, which is not basically like they created you. Water connects us with creativity. Basically, they saying they created you, and so they want to destroy you. So I don't know who that's for. Like if a job basically saying, when they first hired you, you didn't have anything. Like basically you came in for the interview with holes in the bottom of your shoes. And if it wasn't for them hiring you, you was just one step from homelessness or something like that. And now it's like you working for, or you dating somebody and they made you, that kind of stuff. So Source is just, like I said, here we have 7. Here we have, let me tally all this up. Here we have 8 here. So yeah, it's harvest time for you and somebody. It's harvest time for you and somebody, because somebody has spent a lot of time. Some people spent a lot of time, like I said, in trying to ruin somebody. Some people spent a lot of time in trying to ruin somebody. It was two energies. They spent a lot of time trying to ruin some people. And for them, it was a chess game. For them, it was a chess game. Playing mind games, doing all kinds of stuff. Telling people that you were hostile, and, this reading is crazy, Cancers. What in the world? Yeah, this Five of Pentacles, this is wild. Like, but what it really, really boils down to when I look at your cards here is that you ain't looking for people's acceptance and approval. That's what it really boils down to. It's 888. You're abundant. You're very clear. You know your worth. You know your value. You're not looking for people's acceptance. You're not looking for. So we got 6 and 5 is 11. You gotten off the fence. You noticing. You know your value. You know your worth. You know that people didn't create you. You know good and well this is a lie. Nobody found you under some bridge or whatever, or they didn't. Whoever they. So. I don't know who this is for, Cancer, but I'm glad that somebody has moved on from some things. I'm glad that some people have moved on from something. You're inspiring a lot of people. People have put out a lot of rumors and lies about somebody, but a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled left and right. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. So, but yeah, somebody encountered some phase. You operating from a spirit of love. That's the frequency that you're on. That's what really saves somebody. Agape love is that you're operating from a spirit of love. You got to go to a higher frequency when you're dealing with those types of energies, because those types of energies like to be in that toxic, low vibrating energy. They like to be on the lowest frequency, operating in fear, doubt, uncertainty. Yeah, reframe. So this is happening for me, not to me, right? So yeah. Yeah, when you're talking about your gifts, that's why when you hear people talk about, oh yeah, they start, bragging about their gifts and stuff. A lot of people are not. See, your gifts have actually increased. Your spiritual gifts have actually increased, because in order for you to go to that length, it's almost like somebody has to, it increases your knowledge of gifts too, because you got to know how to help loved ones. Somebody's ex was on an assignment. You're doing a heart chakra cleanse. You got to be, you're healing from the pain that some energies cause. Close up the cycle of love. You know how you hear people say, they can't help their loved ones. They so heavenly minded. They have no earthly good. They can't help their loved ones. Nobody. They don't want to know about nothing. They just, I didn't know this. They so turned off by everything. You have the gift of clairvoyance. You see things clearly. And so you were able, this is where the obsession really came from, because you could see through people's masks. You could actually see that. Yeah, you could see the shape shifting and not be you, and not, the movie, somebody woke up from a nightmare. Somebody started seeing you start seeing stuff like the nightmares. Like when you start seeing loved ones going through, when you have a nightmare about loved ones, you like, oh no, it's time to do the mirror work. So you can start, like I said, you're doing the mirror work and just whatever you're saying in the mirror. But I don't feel like somebody is really fazed by. I think when you see things, even when you're in the, I think your gifts. I think somebody's gifts are more powerful than you realize what your gifts are. Other people may not see it, but I think your gifts irritates people, demons. Be patient. The answers are coming. Yeah, somebody was dealing with an incubus spirit. You are who they prayed for. Yeah, you're who they prayed for, because those spirits don't want to be like that. They're battling demons. They're looking for help. They don't want to be in that spirit. But when you start thinking about when you start going back in your memory, that's when stuff is going to be like, oh my God, okay, now I know what I was dealing with. Now I know what kind of spirit I was dealing with. Y'all remember the movies The Devil's Advocate? Devil's Advocate. When the wife was, they were all excited when the husband first got the job at the law firm and everything, and excuse me, first got the job at the law firm. Here we have 23. I'm adventurous. Yeah. You have a zest for life and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. And you love change and excitement, and you need both to truly feel alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. To be lived to the fullest. Yeah. To be lived to the fullest. Limitless. See yourself open to receiving the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Anything and anyone. So yeah, when people are saying their gifts, that's why some people feel like they literally going crazy, and that's why some people try to make people seem like they going crazy when they see things. They don't want people to see, what they really see. Oh, that person is crazy. They out of their mind. They losing it. No, they not. They saw what people didn't want them to see. It's time to take action. Yep, time to take action. Toss it into a burning bowl. Toss it right into a burning bowl. You're not operating in fear. You're not operating in fear. You're not operating in doubt. None of that. You know exactly what you saw. So Oracle 28. Spirits of other worlds, tell me tales of the unknown. Tell me tales of the forbidden. Yeah, tell me tales of the forbidden. Whatever I choose to believe becomes true to me. Yep. So let's get a number, and let's. We did have a number. Yeah. I am adventurous. Yeah. So that is what I have for you all. Here are the questions for the moon and Leo. Like I said before. Yeah. There are some energies who want you to believe that you're seeing things, but you are not seeing things. You are not seeing things at all. And so, like I said, moving forward, like I said, your gifts are actually your gifts are being increased. Your gifts are being increased. And so as you're continuing to, as you're continuing to move forward, you'll see a whole lot of things. You'll see a whole lot of things. I can tell you one thing is it's not for the faint. It's not for the faint of heart, because people will call you crazy. They will tell you like, okay, what did you see? So like I said, I feel like the gifts. I feel like somebody has some gifts that were obviously the gifts were passed down. The gifts were definitely passed down, and I do feel like possibly the gifts being passed down from loved ones. That's why sometimes loved ones don't tell you that they have these gifts, because they feel like if they told you about the stuff that they've seen, that it may sound crazy to you. That's why some people become deeply religious. That's what some people are like, I don't even want the gifts. You could have gave the gifts to somebody else. They don't want to see the dreams that they have, the downloads, the feelings that they have about certain things. And then until you have those gifts, and then all of a sudden you have those conversations with loved ones, and they start saying, oh, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Do you remember this and remember that? Or like you start remembering like little things, or somebody say, oh, I thought you up, or I was praying that you recalled me, or I wanted like the one thing a lot of people hear people say is like, I'll go play this number, or I knew that number was gonna hit. You hear people say that kind of stuff, but no, somebody had an encounter with, and those types of spirits that they were trying to get you back into something. And source says, no, I'm getting you out of that. I'm getting you away from something, because you on an assignment from source. You are on an assignment from source. And so only you know what your assignment is, Cancer. And so stay focused, okay? Just stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Your ancestors are very proud of you. But like I said, something has ended. Something has ended, and I want you to continue staying focused. I will see you all in the next reading. Here are the questions for the moon in Leo. For those of you all who like the questions, the first question is, do you connect to your core, your center daily? The second question is, how do you express your creative side? The third question is, your current wardrobe really expressing who you are? The fourth question is, do you protect your energy and time by politely saying no to requests and invitations that are not aligned to your being? And then last but not least is, could you create more time and space for self-exploration and self-expression? So yeah, when you come out of your crab shell and you're kind of out and about, you're not operating in fear. You're actually operating in faith. You know how to pray before you step through portals. You know how to ask for clarity. You know how to do cord cutting ceremonies. You know how to do all those things, right? But your gifts have been increased. You're not carrying other people's weight of whatever it is on their shoulders. You know that you're inspiring and motivating people from your throne. So you're not worried about, people watching every little thing that you're doing, because they're really operating from a space of fear when you think about it, because they don't want to be in that space. Again, so as I said, it's not your responsibility. You're celebrating something, right? You're celebrating. Somebody's in celebratory mode. And so that is what I have for you all, Cancers. I will see you all in the next reading. Bye.